Do you ever notice how the men who seem to get everything in life, the money, the women, and the respect, are never the nice guys? They're the ones who don't really care what other people think. They move how they want, speak how they want, and do what benefits them. And yet somehow, everything just seems to fall in their favor. That's not luck. That's the Dark Triad at work. Narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. These traits that society has deemed as toxic. Yet when you look around, the men who have them tend to sit at the top. Now, I'm not saying that you should turn into some manipulative villain, but the truth is, life doesn't reward people who are overly moral or self-sacrificing. It rewards people who understand how things really work and are willing to do what it takes to succeed. When people hear the word narcissism, they tend to instantly think arrogance or ego, but at its core, it's just intense self-focus. It's believing that your life, goals, and image matter enough to prioritize them above all costs. Narcissistic men care about how they look, how they carry themselves, and what they project to the world. And that kind of self-interest usually leads to better grooming, fitness, and a more commanding presence overall. Meanwhile, the nice guy is too focused on making everyone around him happy, and as a result, he tends to neglect himself. But when you put yourself first, your life starts improving all around the board. Your confidence, your looks, and your standards begin to increase. That's why women are drawn to these men. They sell that self-assuredness that comes from truly valuing yourself. A Machiavellian mindset isn't about being deceitful. It's about being strategic. It's understanding that people are driven by self-interest, and most of what we call morality is just social conditioning to keep you compliant. The Machiavellian knows when to play along, when to pull back, and when to push forward. He doesn't waste time trying to be liked by everyone. He focuses on outcomes. That's why these men climb higher in life. They're not emotionally attached to being good. They're attached to winning. They know life isn't fair, so instead of complaining about it, they learn how to bend it in their favor. Psychopathy, at least in its functional form, isn't about being crazy or violent. It's about emotional detachment and control. It's the ability to stay calm when everyone else is losing it, to make decisions logically and rationally, not based on impulse or guilt. Most men let their emotions dictate everything that they do. They overreact, they overthink, and they care too much about what other people think about them. The Dark Triad man doesn't. He's centered, calculated, and harder to manipulate. And that emotional composure gives off an energy that's mysterious to women. It draws them in because he's not predictable. The harsh reality is that the world doesn't care about how good of a person you are. You could be the kindest and most selfless person and still get overlooked, underpaid, and walked over. Because good morals don't guarantee success, power does. We've all been fed this idea that good things happen to good people, but in reality, good things happen to people that make them happen, even if it means doing things that others won't. Life rewards the ones who act strategically, act decisively, and put their own interests first. This doesn't mean that you just throw empathy out the window. It just means you stop letting it weaken you. You take what's useful from the Dark Triad and learn to channel it intelligently. Self-focus from narcissism, strategy from Machiavellianism, and composure from psychopathy. That combination creates a man who is both grounded and independent, but also respected. He's not easily swayed by others. He's not desperate for attention by women, and he moves through life not apologizing for wanting more. Because at the end of the day, being a good person doesn't make you successful, but being a capable, self-interested, and emotionally composed person does. So stop trying to please everyone. Stop thinking that morality alone will save you. Start developing these Dark Triad traits that actually move the needle. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below for the algorithm. Until next time.